Okraba counseling time with Counsellor D. Donkoh. And some kids watch the opening remarks. Na me told me boys na me church and some be more anti na ye ka wa we to ya say wo bad ye ni wo ye ho afiri say ye na kire say ye de nipa ba wiase na nkwada dia ka hunu say enya some kitwa inti so tigina na o ka say ono wo e na manage onwa na kire say no kretrodro krojin so ampa wa and nani Adjei abusiafo udi wa wodanya onkoso kese please be my WCW for today abusiafo sane ye kan ye no ye beto ye boase na kire se ye yema emma no ye beye ama emma no so pepepe na no nya asem keto we spoke about how no ene mofra third party omo ka ho bibia bekoso kama e de ama wo fie eno na kire se ye kire no na ye kan ni nyina no na kire se amanfo so ani abre se ye kan mama ama ya te ya se emofra hwe enya de da fom de a ene e wo se ne wo kuta mofra no da ne da nyina na bra bomu a egu ne ba bi no kura nim nyame nie sabe e wo se wo no nso ye hwe na ye timi twetwe nkomo na ye hu kwan kura ye se oye okunu na se oye husband obefa so ono so obe ebe manage the stress pepepe ye can you know you say to be able to manage your stress you should communicate clearly be na kind of person ye tie o say sem tokwa watime wakame ni nyina no ato atwene eni kwan say ya de a ukura mu o say na watwe nyina na wo say onya da ba ko you take a day to rest and or say wana ni mu bottom wana ni mu budget kwan kura obefa so a believe within your means afi so ye too manful say so monso oba no obre ntibe ya say obetimi ahye ne mpaboa wa hye ne mpaboa ahwe ebusuafo ye stream live YouTube and after na follow ye wo ho pepepe fa comment me kame ho ne ma counselor akwaba sonkokra counselor
hello
ye ma akwaba
yeja
apo mwen
paso nyamia do
ye de nyamia se wo ho ayefe na enyu
paso so sa
oh medase en enyumre ye baba fa mema ho
Adjei
ntina
wo wa mi ye bre
yeah, baba kasa fa mema ho.
E de be kasa fa yen ho.
Momo ho.
Yeah.
Na no na yen ho.
Yeah.
Say de ye momo ho.
Yeah, I have a better version of them.
Me timu say what prepare pa.
I tell you.
I wo beto obuase a kire ma warefo.
Oh yes.
Enti counselor ye ma wakwaba.
Yeah, yeah.
And then so e da urade de a che nda ne de nyina yesua de. Na ekununum enya ketwa to be the head of the family, breadwinner of the family, spiritual leader of the family, physical and spiritual realm, you know, just say, or your protector. How does the man manage his stress in his home? Mitchell, so papa.
Na bechia tie for ahwefo nyina. Managing stress as a husband. Obagadoze legetete.
And na dia wabodi no.
Me bo bi da. Me person the whole world etiasi and it's like I said about the women. Everybody goes through a type of stress.
Right.
A type of stress. So they have their stress they go through. Men also we have our stress we go through. Every stress is stress.
Sure.
But a lot of men go through stress so much that because most often it is not seen and we don't express. It's an inner stress. And because of that, a lot of men die early than women. When we say a member, the highest of our lives has to do with our finances. Once a man is not financially sound, he feels like he's not a man enough for a family, for society, for community. In fact, once financially you are not even sound, pressure comes to you from all sources, or family, or now for oba wade no ana wo be wade no wa cry and carry about say the expectation from about the family is very high. And the fact that that you sit and even think just like, hey, expectation is high. A lot of people expect a lot from me. It's already stressful.
Okay.
But what am I saying? The fact that you are broke, you don't it takes to do what you do. Already, it is stressful. Just the thinking of it is a mini.
The thought of it.
The thought of it is a mini. Kaminyaya is stressful.
Okay.
Now, before I talk about managing stress as a husband, I wrote few things here. I said, we have different factors or three or I can't say chest. So it's in the pediano chest, you know, are broad than the legs and the hand and the leg.
Right.
But we have different types of stress when it comes to men. So I said we have the physical stress, we have the psychological stress, we have the psychosocial stress, and then we have the psychospiritual stress.
And then you go school. School.
We are going to learn a lot today.
Right.
So you see what men go through. Kakra used to tell you that it is not. I'm coming.
Let's just say, man, any types of stress.
No more. But what a man carries is a whole generation. Men produces generation, not women.
No two ways about it.
Come on, let's understand that. Men, right from the Bible age until today, the generation yet unborn is in a man, not in a woman.
Okay.
But it is from a woman. Please, what am I saying? So one of the causes of stress, I wrote here, I said financial obligations.
Let me ask now, so
physical stress.
What's physical stress?
I'll talk about it. Psychological stress, psychosocial stress, and then psychospiritual stress. That I said one of the causes of stress when it comes to men are financial obligations. Okay. You know, when it comes to the financial obligations, we are talking about the inability to pay bills. Alone is stressful.
Okay.
Yeah. And he knows so well that he is the one to pay bills, but the man cannot pay. That inability gives the man stress.
Okay.
That is why a lot of men are full of anger. We are not saying that it is good. They are full of anger because some of them feel like we are failing. We are disappointing not just our generation, but my family.
Okay.
So they feel, once they feel belittle of themselves, they think that the only way to defend their ego is. They are quick to anger, not because it's how they are. It is because they feel like once you are failing, you need to defend your cause.
Okay. Okay.
Your inability to pay bills in Kwano is stressful. So I'm still talking about financial obligations, and I'm going to talk about how to manage it. Okay. But I'm trying to talk about some of the causes in any way. Financial obligation. So your inability to pay bills, long-term unemployment. Na onye adwuma nye. Ana wonye adwuma na so na ketiyesa. It says a lot to a man. It kills his ego, his pride. It kills him. It lowers his authority as a man. And that one alone, so what if you be matter 4 months, 5 months, you know your man, it's stressful for a man. So the man may not voice to the wife. May tell that is why a lot of men die early by pressure, and some of them can even commit suicide. Because they don't feel like telling anybody, they think that one day we shall overcome. But when it is eating them too much, because they are men, and in Africa, Bema General Sunti, or the Sa. So just the fact that the man is not employed, and then still coming to the financial obligations, increasing of debt. Sikasam na machichem send ye be ya a man e beti ase mema bre. Eti be ma bre na stress kano and oye stressful sister who sanye de nka ho. And I am telling you that a lot of women are problematic to their husbands in our generation because they think that oh yes here do you know how a man goes to bring money to pay bills and rent for 2 years? The stress involved. And that is why a lot of men don't even feel and have the urge to have sex. Because financially, once they are broke, their sexual libido, passion, drive, affect, it dies.
Wow.
I'm telling you. Every man watching me will tell you that when a man is broke and a man doesn't have money, it's a lot for him to get his confidence back and say, I can have good sex with my wife.
I see.
I just said, Bema, all the conscience. Now the conscience, and I hear Bema, Bobu, and say, no, I don't care. Me, I've come. But Bema, the conscience, here, you might when say, I am commanded to be a provider. I am commanded to for friend and for befie a friend here who couldn't make up. If you rabbi, a cadao, at the Abodinason, Jack Sukuchi Bim, or by his cacro one of the Henqualai, because Bema not to form. It is so stressful. Now, T, another thing that causes men a lot of stress, that brings them down the most, is when they lose their job. I'm not talking about unemployment, they lose their job. When I'm working before to provide, suddenly I lose my job and now I can't provide. It kills them. A man can decide to avoid the family because of loss of job or job loss. Because Nakuku drasa. At a point, a man cannot control the family well because he feels like he's losing his authority because of secretly.
Bema
bottom any GD na hoden.
Ne bottom
the money that confidence.
Ne bottom sika
Yeah.
A man is stressing.
I'm telling you, anything that affects a man's finances, it makes him feel like I'm reduced.
Na senti no fa ne seso boafo. Nti adenti na
Seso boafo can never be like a man. I'm telling you, obeya kopem da ben. There is something about God in his creation. He has made man in such a way that man feels good when they are providing.
Right.
Or men will feel good when we are providing. So when a man cannot provide, he feels bad. I just a man the true more thing when you're redeeming. Almost someone awesome. But when a man is able to provide, he feels like I am a man.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm a full man. I am the husband. I can provide. I have. My wife respects me because I am a man. It is sabi that she remember Obama no contract crown can say, "Oh, say na no attract because now I'm broke. I don't have anything to offer." I ask somebody who complains and they you talk about it. We have that kind of heart to accommodate few things and say, "I'm quiet. The right time will talk." No, about taking Bema, Yempesa. That's why a lot of men can go to work and decide not to come home, or come the next day, or come late. You don't do anything about it. It's so dangerous that you can attract heart problems. Heart diseases because of stress. Number 2, high blood pressure. Bema. Number cancer.
And then a stress might be cancer.
Stress eats your brain. It eats your strength. And stress can make you weak. Fatigue. Stress. That is why stress. Stress into that. Diet. Now that will be okay. Die enough now be okay. Did well will be okay. Exercise will be okay. Drink more water. Add it here. Because once you are stressful, it affects the brain. How you think. Nobody can be stressful and think right. And men, our mind runs faster when we are looking for money.
Okay.
So cancer, diabetes, migraines, etiarie, bemati half ayania, bemati half ayania. Half any year. Then how do you manage some of these things? Number 1, sell yourself to yourself.
Hey. Managing stress.
I'm telling you, managing stress. No, sell yourself to yourself. Sell yourself to yourself. In other words, regardless of stress you are going through, don't forget yourself. That if you are to die, you are leaving a whole family behind. Who is going to raise them? Sell yourself to yourself. Then I am saying that don't forget that a lot of people are relying on you as a father. Sell yourself to yourself. Do everything in your capacity to fight life to make sure you sell yourself to yourself.
So you are buying yourself from yourself?
You are buying yourself from yourself to make sure that you don't lose your joy and your happiness. Anything I can do to stand as a man, do it. Because if you are to lose hope, a whole generation has lost it. So if you want to manage stress and it shows, it tells you that give up. Also, nothing is coming out. Why don't you give up? You are not the man enough. You are not worth it. And so when the lady comes home and compare you to other people or yourself, you go to town, you see men and they are making it, and you come home with nothing. It drains your brain. And a lot of thoughts will start running through your mind. What the 40? What the 45? Oh, yeah, 50. I got 5 years now about Kokorao. I got 2 years. What the 25? Look at young men who are around 22. And look at the way they are making it. How do I say, Anna? Kuhu. Sijiskadru. Kuobije. Kuya. Bokrono. See that thought. Stress is what happens to you that makes you think like that. Because you think like, I've invested too much strength, but the result is very little.
It's very little.
Don't forget to sell yourself to yourself. Look at yourself and say, I will not let stress buy me. I'm going to stand and fight to make sure I become who I'm destined to become. A lot of men watching me, they've given up on themselves. Because why I am far. And that is why in our generation today, a lot of women are the men and the men are the women. Maybe to cheap bathroom. A jalen qualano. At home, you may good thing, yes. You want to know responsibility. Baby said that, yeah. Not because I am the responsibility. Because if you are here, authority to not be do a ban, tell Sabema the brain once, this one or your bar. Now or buy a bema. The winning more, maybe be sure there because a year no more tietting. And you don't be boom because they are on the winning side and the man has lost his job. There's nothing to boost off. Young quite. So every man under stress, if you want to manage it, sell yourself to yourself. Number 2, accept what you can't change and know that once I can't change it, I need to remain who I am for now. Everything happening around every man, you need to understand that it is temporary. It will not be permanent. You will not be like this the rest of your life. And remember that you're not like who you are today, but something happens, situations, things happen, and then suddenly you became who you are. Also remember that life can be better tomorrow. And what you can't change today, a human above, sikasem na conform, accept that my aya but the right time is going to come when I can lift up myself. A lot of men are stressed, not because of anything, they are stressing their own selves. The reason is that they are trying to do everything to prove somebody wrong. But what you
see, your friend is self-created stress.
Thank you. They are trying to do everything possible. This one has to do with the emotions. The stress, psychological, emotion, stress, emotion. You want to do everything to prove somebody wrong. Not just your wife. Everybody, your wife's family, everybody, for them to know. And the men be one of the prison because they are not why. And so, please, every man under stress, if you want to manage your stress as a husband, please accept that there are some things you can't change. And can I say this? Don't even allow your wife to talk you out of life simply because of the now, the situation today. So, baby, one I know share them what they were ni kwa tofom. Obi na no ade obeka it will compel you for you to move out and do anything to bring money home. And yeah, man, you know what akoma wo nyame akoma say regardless of what time no ye adwuma no no hweyen no boayen and that's what of ma misumi nye bi e ntobo ase enchenche wo na afi bi kunsa be pagya. If you want to manage stress as a husband, please accept what you can't change. The next thing we can look at, set realistic goals and expect. Set realistic goals and expectation.
Okay.
But maybe what the this wadi who estrogen na hoden. So it stress you. For example, when you skaka krawakota asase, ka betumi esi 3 bedroom chinchina, what the swadi who estrogen with 6 we see 7 bedroom flat. Can't you see you are stressing yourself?
Now, who can also see any swadi vision? To ensure say one more mobile say why so no am say a good man is a man who leaves inheritance for his children.
3 bedroom here day inheritance. Now you need to understand that to fulfill dreams, you fulfill dreams by your capacity,
right,
and not by your endurance.
That's a good
capacity one. Is the strength you have. What I have in my hands. Me here you try to cut 1,000, 2,000. Me just see me be 500. That is my capacity. My
Right.
Right. So if I want to go to the land and start building, I should know what I can do. Me go cook 7 bedroom flat na koka ko more renting level. But say stress. After that, you are forcing to do something. Because Buddha so when you are young, most Buddha na we. Can you see 3 rooms answer we see we? Be realistic to expectations. In Kuala school, no, Karachi, don't stress yourself. If you can't afford the 4,000 and 10,000, we patch 1,000 there, no. From Kuala ko.
It be cry 8 million.
So if you want to manage your husband, please be realistic or set realistic goals and expectations.
Chinchina
Montezori, Chinchina, or now for be back alpha. I call beta. Ebi ko hudu. Ebi ko kaba. The whole no say nam 10,000. Tubo say debi ani apamoba. Debi ani the paper share akola ndi bag maba. Uhu ana stress na ba. Oyele no kasakura no wemra. Okasa no twa the chicken answer.
Eya na ye man nso ono nso pese enkwala no there's this adage or say what I couldn't get, at least I must push for my children to get. Inti nature say ono na wan ko school na was so force no push say na be ya na man so bedru some people.
In fact, I'm sorry to say something today. The school your children attend does not determine their grades. Somebody can say no or agree. Your children can go to very expensive school, but their grades will be wrong. Some can go to an average school, but they are clever. Pray for God's wisdom and grace. That is what will push your children, not the name of the school. The fact that you have a brand clothes, your friend Mark and Spencer, Gucci, whatever, doesn't make it quality. It can have a name, but it may not be quality. So don't just, I know parents that can take their children to schools with names so that your body now, and your book, sure, $2,726 every semester. Sure, normal kind air condition. Now we're going to school and brofun kwa to honor the Banduko school, but brand to mean tia. You see, this stress is coming from yourself. So set realistic goals and expectations. And now your young guys say, what did you almost so? And yet, your bro who are doing so. It is standing my pressure. I want to prove myself wrong. I want to prove my friends that like our deal with your. So do something. We can do something. There were 10,000, 20,000. Sister, calm down. See, marriage is enjoyed not by the wedding. It's enjoyed by what we live to enjoy in the marriage.
True.
Eti mema occasion, you know. Ebe bibi kunchini. Eko ya pepensa. Ni abedi wi asa ya yesi apepensa kora nso yen. Na nye den so. Gana ni ba ya wanfa hwamba. O se edi no o se nye de. But odi wie ye. Enu so no drink san coffee. Owi anu afre hwan de show ma pepensa fum bi omo ye. Esu wedi.
Wedi.
To avoid all this stress, I beg you, set realistic goals and expectations.
Obi mpene ho asem ntikura se we say na ye frokro beton ticket.
Abeton. Said you buy it to liberty. They say you can go for pick strategy. It be your wedding Monday, it be a Tuesday, Thursday, it be a Friday. Hey, that be to me Adjei immigration you might know mama. They also have a ban over bar. But at least oh yeah the sad days now.
It make a thank
you. If you to be decided so yes small engagement we are we because nkofo bi share that be didi. Obi crab to me for rubber na eche engagement to me for back 3 boss road ko fee. Hey, a big engagement too. Yeah. So, open what a young guy set realistic goals.
Realistic goals.
According to your expectations, what you don't have, don't try to get because you know your strength might not be enough to push you there. To men you don't want chin meye. That one mara who are doing do. Oh, you set for me to coin. Undi be usien to me ko. Adjei sanse mini bi. Men ya on kracha ko free tickets. If I get in London, name Yeka. Oh, not ticket to Ray Afro. Pacho, what's your £1,000? I got £1,000. And you don't have, you see the stress. So a lot of men, young Kasa, we activate the stress for ourselves. Because we feel like we are trying to prove our wife or somebody wrong. And so, Obi, one penny, 170, and the money now, one more trimp, and I know I'm more at yes, so tell me, so in Johnny, I must so, and they are hunting to a person say yes. But only. Yes, I know a guy who got married to one of our daughters. They didn't have anything. Told the lady, listen, forget it. Let's use your money. My wedding day, no. My workers, my co-workers and my boss, they are coming. And look, when they come, you see show. My boss alone will pay, and nobody came. So after the wedding, the lady asked, now boss, somebody disappointed with human crime Adjei. So where did you start the marriage from? The guy actually was trying to prove something to the lady that oye Don Vito akwesa we ni kapre do be di credit do why condoms. So set realistic goals and expectations. Set realistic goals and expectations.
Right.
If you want to manage stress, all right. So let me go on. Say 2 things and then you come in.
Right. Oh, the condom never was the same.
The one on the buy. Oh, dear, over to want some chili.
Mate.
If you want to manage stress as a husband, strive for excellence and not perfection.
And not perfection.
Okay? At the end of with us is that we don't appreciate little efforts.
Okay.
We don't appreciate ourselves.
Yeah, small beginnings.
No, beginning. Apart from the small beginnings, you know, we are never appreciative. We are never appreciative to what we've been able to achieve for now.
Also, be a while single room.
Thank you.
What top mpaneda from?
Yeah.
Onyanto say wooding a year with them panibesi.
Thank you.
But what wooding a year now? Oh, who say a steady?
And your excellence, man. Perfection.
Perfection.
Thank you.
Say what say when you have condition kakra.
Thank you.
Na curtains na send ye tie naturally when you center table glass kakra.
Thank you.
One per flower and change MBS. So
what we say perfection. My God. Now and like. If you come there in special wood, like now when you carpet, when you dining table, single room, no, open bibia. Thank you. And you don't have the money. See the stress that comes. Live a day at a time and allow tomorrow to speak for itself.
Then it means that as a man, to a large extent, Papa, now does it mean that to be able to manage your stress properly, you should watch the woman you marry? I am telling you, if you want to manage stress very well, please learn how to communicate with your spouse as a man. Or baby, they can turn back and read meanings into every word you put before them. Stress no best start no. It is am to say, and I don't know to why basa or transit me try basa just me through what time. Me through wofi. Just me through bon. Oba say, kwayo between what time between corner of our body through here. Corner stress. So the gentleman goes like, what the hell? You tell your wife and say, we're full yakasi. Me full yakasi and qualas and qualat to qualat is a me full enemy to me on way. Corner of your way at the full flat. Meanwhile, the husband is trying to tell you that take care of yourself. I love you. I want you to manage yourself well. So that I will keep loving you. But your love does not come by prayer. So when your husband is looking at the physical body and he's trying to encourage you to tell you that do exercise, he's not trying to tell you are ugly. He's trying to tell you that this is a romantic husband. Okay. This is a good husband. But baby, after that, what can I say? What will maybe on the flat? Body shaming. Naturally, say body shaming.
Well, who get an hour Saturday chimpra was I with him. So I got see a girls be I don't know if you can probably mystery. Almost so one moment sansa. Now that now or some can be what him saying no. So if you want to manage your stress as a husband, communicate well with your spouse and be careful who you marry as a woman. Because women can create a lot of stress than even financial stress.
Obi ka chem say intina nyankopon ebo mema se ne mema tie e say no krenim nyame ne se nyankopon ambo be ma se wo be so ma so a nka krom ha ye nko ha o say ye no ye huhuro ni awo
because of hit kakra
ye cycle ye mindset and as see ade abeka and you
too much
social media there's also another battle.
They look competition,
you are fighting
they look at
as a
comparison, man. They look at a lot of things.
Exactly. Into why man who kasa one oba and a TV actually say BBI.
Social media.
Only social media now worry. Into say 1 2 boss. No one who say ade I had a free bar. Na nchira say na tie we na was stress na so ate kakra de ama. You see also the
I was talking to a lady, she said that the me could me china me kunu so afọ ba me kunu me see me what is second oba be na kunu je na na go say then how o se me say me children ba chu me kunu na say me nya what to second ato guys yeah
Abesia na sisi a ote
Counsellor, akwebe jano. Na so crash it obo. So no sisi ama me bibi because no. Wa ma be crowd. Hey. It was suspecting me so. And I was suspecting me they be so already stress. You know, look for a good wife that can calm you down when you are stressed, you are confused, you are down. So the last one I wrote, I said, if you feel nervous or you feel anxious, talk to your spouse, your partner, or someone that can be trusted like a friend, so that you can get out of your troubles or you can get troubles out of your mind. Yeah, and what if you say why you're too stressed and you might be bodawa? Please talk to your spouse. But make sure that you understand your communication well. And every woman, please listen, and I end here. Please, when your husband is under stress, don't be nagging him. Don't be complaining to him. And don't be shouting. Don't be talking too much because already the man is stressed. And the only thing the man needs is encouragement. Somebody who can stand and say, my husband, it shall be well. My husband, you are doing well. My husband, you are handsome. You will make it in life. The Lord is your helper. Do not be afraid. For the Lord is on your side. So please, women, if you want to manage us so that you will enjoy the marriage and be happy, encourage us and don't trouble us.
Encourage and don't trouble. There's also another thing I would want you to hammer on.
Okay, what is it?
Yes, also I spoke about social media as being part of the stress that comes with marriage.
Yeah.
There's also another thing that we are refusing to see to a large extent, and it says, the man is married to the government. Make can't bibi.
Okay.
Mamin chile munati asi.
Bache you.
Se ne senhunti.
Counsellor
Se emma. Yes, in sign krata. Say we marry by law, ordinance.
Yeah.
Okwa abrochia, that is the order of the day.
Yeah.
Abrochia krade, yes, I catch it. Say, hey, so we nimna say obano beman was stressed out amayehu. We walk the man out of the
very
house.
True.
Inti Adjei me pesa o count. One say yen can't just the Ghanaian setting.
No. We talk about the world.
About the world.
Yeah.
Inti say we be too fukakra on that bit. Sanya beya ma omo abrochira omu susu se omu kuta tumi bi. They add up to the stress of the man.
Of course.
Because when him say Bema no eya dia ono ni emotions at that time na enya adwuma mana.
Very true.
Obe walking out of the house.
If it is not to her favor.
Obe ye na fe bema na bra bokra san ye basa.
Yeah, it's very true.
Obe nu ne ho wi a wo say pe bema yi back. What stress bema no?
Yeah.
Beden na bema ya sa back.
Obe de kran wa hwe ne ma na de ba wo ne wa wo. But let's say this about you see a lot of women in Abrochiri are more stressed than the men.
Right.
I'll tell you this.
Okay.
A lot of women who are watching us, they are more stressed than the men. The reason is that some of the men believe that we are about on our Abrochiri Kalaka. A lot of the men do not pay bills and do not take good care of their family. And they will tell you, I'm coming. And they will tell you that Nkolani can Fabiye. What are you getting? Or no sister or the Yanadi. Will be great because of the sit down Wagara.
Okay.
And to Nkolani can also buy house rent and in your baby almost 50-50. Or baby also, she's so damn that she can decide and Nkolani Misiko, you are still the man. Pay all the bills, and I'm looking at you.
Right.
Now that is the woman we are talking to. A woman who can say that I'm not even supporting you. And you are still the man. Bills and do everything. Yet Abrochiri living is very, very expensive. If you don't know, especially rent. You stress because when you are doing well than the man. And so when you decide not to respect the man enough, and then you are putting more pressure on the man, you are stressing the man.
Most definitely.
And if the man is to die today, what will become of the case? What will become of you, even the wife? That is if the marriage is strong and good. And so what we are saying to, especially the women outside the country, is that please try and be supportive to a husband that is broken. Especially Bema the sickest. Bema okwa adwuma won fa dodo mba. Bema the confident crowd will able crowd no nya. Ana Bema o tifi. Oya adwuma ba akopɛ living ba akopɛ. Oba ni do ye mienu ye miensa. E ma no bebre crowd ye chi member bia. They try to disrespect and then take them for granted. Please, you don't do that. If you love your husband, be submissive enough and love him, regardless of the position the Lord has put in you or fixed you. Pacho wo baby awa ye awa pejachi wukunu. Pacho bunu wate. Men stress no. Na me pacho no credit on say emme mapa ehwen na. Thank you.
Emme mapa ehon enna enne enwumre yesua ade ye kire senia okunu anase bema wo befa so a wonso wo be manage wo stress ni nyina enne enwumre counselor aka amayate ase enne kire se ne krakra no ye ka ni nyina bom ne ebo ne tofa de counselor pese o kire ne se ade ba ko a eku bema emma bema tete woda wona na dwendwen kire se ne bema yoso esote eye ne sikasem. So if a man is not financially okay, automatically or you're stressed because more expectations or no abusia ya wo ne to more expectations en kwala ya wo mo aba ono wo hu no oba wo expectations obenya ma mi odende anabo float wo kwana no expectations ni nyina e ya de a e ha be ma no ma chese odwen hu kra esi so ni nyina e na counselor person o kire se kwan kra won so be ma obefa so a won so obehwese ne be ya stressi enkofa akomayare emrew enkofa fatigue mrew enkofa anxiety ne de wako depression de wako PTSD enne se nyakokoduru use wonso ebeye tigina entenna waya be maidie gina ese etu a chede be mabu to de be ede enso ye se ne be ya wonso enije ewo mu no wonsa ebeka tiasia se mprempre no entena ho afebo. Things you're seeing right now are not permanent. Things are temporal. Inti nyabutre na de wo ho no gitum sa na watwa so na watimi ade abobra no set realistic goals and expectations and kongo fa cropper was me pewei na wonsu na kofa nsense ya brew se 2-bedroom na abetimi a wasi with 2-bedroom waja asase back wo side sane be ya wo mo ba na mo pa extra room a o mo akoto blocks na o mo so de ahyehye na eduru ho wonso waja inheritance for inheritance of inheritance sane ya counselor ka pepepe we say strive for excellence and not perfection. Appreciate a steady growth. Wo to bo ase kakra sane ya wo kono pepepe no afa ne sa enye se wo hu se wo bi twi Bugatti ase no Bugatti metri bi C-class Benz, that's my car. Making bicycle walkra wunnim ne bo. Ya botre. Na kire se wo to bo ase na wo nyini pepepe se ne be ya wabrabo no ebekoso kama ede ama o say communicate clearly and talk to your spouse and take all those troubles out of your mind. Nipa wonne ne tena no wan to bo ase anchirem no ma anchire no na nipa mu ono one raffle nete. One moment, the next moment, now also unchurch no munchira now also now also ube than a raffle make a also magistrate. Every I drink keke. Now ube chiremachira no unchiremo. Asamaba. Any send a kind chance down so no one rain here, send your Bible kind on. Now one hour bakotana. Now distress be benzo as a babe into Wadaroma. Counselor say explain things. Let the person know exactly what's going on. You can't keep things forever. Sometimes it's difficult to let the other party know because as ususu say, no kreni nyamye e beto obe ma yeso. And so, counselor say, "Odie, kakra na ewo ho no, pone ho kire no, na nipa ne hu no nte ne ho ase. Se ne be ya brabo no, mo nyina mbetimi abo pepepe. Wo san kire mu kire yen. Se mai, e ma, uye nyame eboafo a wabo ama bema. Enti yesre yen. Ya no ya Adjei akasa ebe kasa wo krom ho enya asem ketwa. Counselor say opamacho. Stop nagging. Na no krenim nyame ni it adds another stress to the man. Obi be kasa na man kasa wante. Man twas one kasa wante. Counselor say odi enyabotre. Odi fa odo ene die. Na to bo ase na kasa. Se ne be ya wonso bibia ebekoso kama ede amount. Me be read the messages ni bi eba ewo WhatsApp biria na chese bedwane ako to YouTube makoshe live stream messages no eba na yede ni nyina akoso Sylvia said them and so at the day about hey stress it's not easy oh also there stress what they about to her and no Mrs. Bofa was the first time a counselor body and yasem ke to bagadoza legated and then nature say as into there was say a dino po or break syllables now what's me bonne pepe say japadi nyina na condom mame ti message I would be asama wo kind I know.
It's true.
Japadi
just came to marry to do the thing. He wasn't even thinking about the future.
Yasamo can be na eso. Good evening, please. Tell Counsellor I said God bless him so much. Please, I met a guy and we've been dating for 2 years. The guy knows he's few months older than me and I'm in my 20s and he's okay with it. And this guy wants to marry me, but his parents says their son needs to get someone he's older than because ladies grow faster than men.
See,
so it's 20s.
The thing is not about age, it's about readiness. It's about preparation. 25, the reason why the parents are saying no, because of the age in itself, so they feel like it's a about breaking away now. He's been able to rent and you are doing well. I think that even though the age is the same, they will not look at the age. They will look at how responsible you are. So for me, it's about readiness. It's not about the age.
Now, Counsellor, I
don't know who is that.
Oh, yeah, they are. That's my child. You are my baby. Or that's only yes in Oslo. But papa feel. Now then, please apologize to him. I love my husband so much and I don't want to lose him. This attitude of mine stresses him a lot. Counsellor, how do I should have calmed down or I should have done it this way. Ebia wefriho. What send be unko ka bibi.
Na mama ka bibi so.
You know.
Sa eni pebisa no. Omo ka say
atmosphere.
So the best thing to do is to learn how to keep quiet in the midst of heat.
Learn how to keep quiet in the midst of heat. Good evening, night. But she does the same thing. She doesn't find it wrong. I'm tired of that behavior of hers. What should I do?
He doesn't see the. You are making noise. You are not making sense. You are not communicating about us. It's like
I'm Ima from Papa say, my elders are putting pressure on me to get married and stop building. What should I do? Counsellor, yes, you know. I think too. So I don't know what to do now. But whenever any girl calls him to send her money, he does it quickly. And the last time he was chatting with one of his girlfriends, he was good evening, I'm Daniel. I've dated this girl for about a year now. I do everything for her, but she does not allow me to have sex with her or even kiss her.
You don't need
it is. If you know that you also don't do everything so that and their decision. Why do you say the Counsellor?
It depends on both because marriage has to do with the purpose.
Please good evening. Online not to now on so what me afre pepe me atwen komo Sir Wadaro Mafra me directors and so and YouTube and thing so Twitter pepe Wadaroma follow your pages no Kantanka TV. I also obey who dear koso pepepe. Ofra, send me kind no lower TV surfing Auntie Valerie. God bless you and Counsellor. Indeed, you're doing.